So yeah, I remember when we were on the date and we were going back and forth about age, and I was surprised that he wasn't just saying what his age was. And so he did say that he's 30, so us being the same age. But the way I operate, at some point I'm going to need to see some ID because I don't know.
How old do you think I am?
I can't tell. I feel like I have to put you in a bubble between 24 and 30.
24?
Yeah.
Oh God, I feel so young.
Are you younger than that?
So she asked about my age, and she said something. She was like, I look like I'm in my 20s, early 20s, yeah. And that kind of made me feel a kind of way because hi, my name is Timothy Emmanuel. I am an image consultant and a fashion stylist. Okay, so all the while I've been in Canada, it's been a challenge to get some things done. Back home in Nigeria, things are easy. If someone gets a outfit for a wedding or someone to look good for their birthday, it's simple. You just go to the market. You just go get it done. Canada.
When you get to Canada, the first time that I went to Canada, Ayaya, Femi, Falana, Stamara.
There's no balogun here. So the process is long.
Hi, I'm Shekia. I have a family business called Functional Mind and Body, and I'm a kinesiologist and personal trainer.
Sores or lesions, bloating and gas, abdominal pain or discomfort.
So the space I'm at in life right now is really just taking care of myself and kind of exploring certain things now that I'm in my 30s. So I just got out of a relationship a little over a year ago, and so I've just been spending a lot of time being in the church. I joined the choir. And I've been working on my family business, so I haven't really been paying much attention to people, so yeah.
And one thing that's very important to me is my spiritual life, because I believe that I have to run back to God. As soon as I got a car, I had to find myself a church, and I found me one, but it's more like a family-oriented church. So you know, see me now, I'm a swagged up guy. You don't understand what I'm saying? And I had to be in a church where I feel the daddies and mommies. But we are here to praise God, I guess.
So I remember seeing Tim a good amount of months back when he first came into the church. Hello, sir.
Look at you.
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So
Want to see me?
You sing good now, don't you?
Pardon?
You kind of sing. You sing really good.
And we had a short conversation about him saying that he was into the gym. So I was explaining to him that I'm a personal trainer. So which was back in December, we did talk about possibly going to the gym together, but haven't really talked to him since, until the Christmas party when I was about to leave.
It's difficult to make friends over here because everybody's minding their business. Like in Nigeria, people still looking at you. Over here, you almost don't exist. So everybody's still minding their business. So I had to start making friends, and then I saw this person in church. Guy, the girl fine. Don't worry, the girl is fine. So I saw her, I tried to talk to her.
So this Sunday that just passed, he asked me to go out with him on that day.
We've been talking for a while, but we're always just in church, like this after church quick talk. Would you like to go on a date with me? Probably go see a movie. I really want to get to know you, so just get to sit down and just talk a little bit more without everyone else.
Yes, I know. Everyone coming at this.
So what do you think?
I'd be down for it.
Are you down for it?
Yeah, I can do a movie.
Okay, so
when did you want it?
So because of work, I would prefer evening time. What time is best for you?
I can't do today. I need a bit of head.
I don't expect you to do today.
Okay. I was up for getting to know a bit more about him. He seemed like a chill guy when I talked to him that day at the Christmas party.
She gave me a hard time, guys. Me. She gave me a hard time. I'm not saying me because I'm a fly guy. I'm just saying me.
For me, I usually need advance notice to go around my life schedule, so we decided to do something midweek.
But I guess it was worth it because she said yes eventually. And then we did decide to go out together.
You told me that we're gonna keep this thing where I don't tell you everything happening in my life.
Yes, because we need some boundaries.
Agreed. But today at church, Tim, he's always doing the videography and stuff like that. He asked me out for Saturday.
Someone from your church?
Yes.
That's a little messy. You sure you want to do that?
We're just going to movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
You're like an active person. What are you guys gonna go see?
I'm thinking of switching up. I'm gonna pick something that we both don't really know. So I don't know yet.
Do you know which theater you guys are going to?
Yeah, we'll probably go out in Whitby.
Yeah, there were reclining seats. Nice vibe.
And you know, I don't regularly do movies as a date, so.
I know. Sorry, what's his background?
What do you think? What do you think?
Is he Nigerian?
Yeah.
Another one of those for you. I love that for you. And you said he's in the church?
Yeah.
Like a good church man, or like I'm in the church for.
Well, that's why we're going to the movies to figure out.
We're gonna see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Is he cute?
Yes.
Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, fashion boy. I love that. I like the head wrap thing. It's cute. Is he funny?
From the small interactions we have at church, yeah, he seems like very lighthearted.
No dry conversations.
Yeah.
He's cute. This is your first fashion boy. Usually you have to dress the men.
Oh, look who is here.
Evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well.
Oh, you look good. Okay, so guys, I've already explained to you guys how this girl is fine, right? So she walked up to me. She was late, but well, as a man, we cannot complain about these things. So she was late, but it was kind of worth it because she was looking really good, and I got to see her differently because, she always dressed different to church. So I think she decided to switch it up a little bit, and she was looking real good. The guy, she was looking real good.
Leading up to the date, I was excited to meet Tim and just get to know him on a personal level. I feel like sometimes you know people in the church setting, but a lot of the time they can be a little different when they're out in the real world. So I want to see who is Tim. So I was excited for that. I wasn't really thinking about it very seriously. I feel like since I haven't really been looking very seriously in general, I do hang out with people occasionally and get to know them. And so I was just being to see whether we could be friends or what that dynamic could be.
So I chose to go to the cinema because, guys, we have to test the waters first. Number one, I wouldn't spend too much because I'm just getting to know somebody. So the best place to kind of do this, either a cinema or a bar. Now, because I met this girl in church, I don't think taking her to a bar is ideal. So I had to do the cinema. So how was your day today?
It was good. It was a light day.
Oh,
What about yourself?
how busy the weather meeting was.
Yeah, I know it's raining.
It's raining, no?
But it's about to be better.
Yes. For sure. For sure. No?
That's
We're about to have a good time. For sure.
Okay.
So cinema was fun, and so it's kind of engaging. We could have time to connect and converse a lot, which makes more sense if you ask me. Because if we're in a bar, it might be out of the way. So yeah.
I'm used to being around, I have a lot of West African friends, so I'm used to being around Nigerians. So I wasn't worried or or thinking any different, the fact that he was Nigerian and my background is Jamaican. For me, I have gotten to experience the culture, and I've been to Nigeria as well too. So for me, I felt like there's different things I could bring to the conversation.
When you ask about your best, what your best food was,
Oh yeah. So he did bring up something about the egusi soup. I don't know whether it's egusi stew or soup. I think I usually just say it's like stew. And so I think he was surprised.
When you go on a date with somebody, you try to be a gentleman, right? So I was like, oh, you picked the movie. I was really hoping you should pick something quite interesting, like Aquaman, you know, something engaging, right? Would laugh, would. Guys, she picked a Korean movie. I'm not saying we are doing Netflix and chill. I'm saying we are out at the theaters. This person picked a Korean movie. I had to be reading subtitles on the screen. Who does that? But I couldn't really say much about all that because I mean she might be into that. So I'm like, okay, let's just go with the flow. I mean, the Korean movie might be nice, was what I thought. It wasn't. It wasn't nice.
So I think he was kind of shocked that I picked the Japanese movie, but I did that on purpose because he did pick for us to go to see a movie, and I find that usually if I'm getting to know someone, I like to do an activity so I can see the true them. So in picking that movie, I had a feeling that it would be kind of quiet where we could talk a bit rather than, I feel like if I went to a movie and we're just sitting there and watching the movie, I come back and not really know much about him. And if he wants to go on another date, like I'm not trying to waste anyone's time. So I just want to know what zone to put him in. Thinking 2022?
Yeah.
Okay.
You?
I was born here.
Oh wow. Kind of guessed that, no?
Like born here, but then I went back to Jamaica for a few years and then came back.
Ooh.
So I came back when I was 10.
I want to go to Jamaica for sure.
You'd love it there.
I would love the food.
Yes, I'm glad that you know.
So which is your favorite food? Let me guess.
Okay, take a guess.
Rice and peas?
That's
Every
a base of it,
Jamaican love.
but that's not. But that is like for you guys. You're Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like sometimes you'll look at like a dish that's a rice dish, and that can be something that's a favorite of yours. I would never say rice and peas is my favorite thing. Like it's the side of the main. So the meat is the main that you have to ask me if I like.
The meat?
Yeah. So what do you think?
What's this chicken called now? Okay, I forgot what it's called. I've had it before.
Starts with a J.
Jerk chicken, no? Yeah.
So yes, that's what you're gonna think is my favorite, but it's not my favorite meat.
So what's your favorite meat? Egusi soup. How do you know what that is?
Because I do. I know what egusi is. I'm good with egusi, but like my main thing is oxtail.
Oh, oxtail is good.
Yeah.
But you're
It's
good
like
at egusi how?
Hmm?
How are you good at egusi?
As in like in the stew. Like with the,
Ooh.
yeah. So he did bring up something about the egusi soup. I don't know whether it's egusi stew or soup. I think I usually just say it's like stew. And so I think he was surprised that I knew what it was. But I was also surprised that he brought up Jamaican food and not in like a banter way, because usually whenever people are talking about Nigerian food, they're always talking about how so much better than Jamaican food. So I like that he had an open mind to having jerk chicken and that he liked it, because I find that a lot of Nigerians will sometimes be really strong-ho on only eating Nigerian food.
But I know that most Caribbeans love rice and peas and jerk chicken. So like I kind of got her guess right. I guess every Caribbean is into jerk chicken and rice and peas. And then this girl already knows Nigerian delicacies like egusi soup, because I mentioned egusi soup, and she caught the vibe. And guess what this made me realize? That she has done her assignment. You know, she's done her background check. Oh, these are Nigerian dishes. Either that or she just knows Nigerians. But I'm guessing she did her background check.
I've never been to a landmark before. I always go to Cineplex, I find.
Oh,
What about
yeah,
you?
actually, same. And I've not been to this one. So I feel like the personality that she has in church is almost the same as she is outside. Just that I think the difference is just in how she is dressed. I guess that's just it. And she kind of seemed to, what's the word now? She's in her shell, right? She's not out. I mean, as soon as I saw her, she called me sir. Oh, look who is here.
Evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? I'm like, sir.
So on the date when I was meeting him, I called him sir, and he seemed a little like shocked by it. But for me, I call everybody sir. Most men I call sir, and then most females I call madame. So I don't know if that'll be a problem for him. I'll ask him next time, or if it was just kind of like a shock to him. But yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I think we're one of the first people here.
Or maybe the only people. I don't know who is going to see this movie. Who would want to see this movie?
So when we were on the date, I do remember that he was bringing up something about his fashion style and about how he looks. And for me, from the day that I met him, I always thought that he was a really good looking guy, and I liked how he dressed. For me, my main thing is that like going to our local church together, like that's my place of worship. So I usually am in that mindset. So in general, when I saw him, I did think that he was a good looking guy. But also for me, I feel like there's a lot of good looking people, but for me, I think what gets me is when I actually get to know someone and what that conversation was like. And so I was surprised how that dynamic worked. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, we can sit here, no? Or where would you like?
Or we can sit here.
Here, like.
Okay.
Let's just sit and wait.
Yes. You can talk in any time.
Where did you get this? I mean, when we were in the theater, she didn't sit beside me. There was this whole barrier between us. And she was like, yeah, this is fun. I'm like, well, I mean, maybe she's trying to get comfortable, but even if you are going to see a movie with somebody, even though, barrier. If this thing was like this, like, and then holding hands was very awkward because it was a mess, man. I just wish he sat right next to me. I just wish he did, but I dress people up for a living.
What's the word for that again?
It's more like a fashion analyst, fashion designer.
What do you go by?
I cannot go by both.
Fashion designer and analyst?
Yes. Okay. Because most of the time, like, it's a combination of both. Some people have what they need in their wardrobe already. Right?
Agreed.
So what do you do?
For me, I'm a personal trainer. So
Ooh.
I help people get healthy.
That's more like a doctor, no?
But in the physical side. That's another, when you're a personal trainer, you're also helping people get healthy.
Yeah.
A lot of people getting off their medication.
So you're helping people avoid seeing the doctor. Okay, so for first dates, I've had a lot of crazy first dates. Like I've had dates that have gone from 0 to 100. I'm not saying I'm a fast guy, okay? I'm just saying that I've had a lot of fast dates. Now, would I expect this date to be fast? No, right? But was it too slow? Yes. And would it make me want to go out on a second date? Yes, because I feel like I like getting to know people, and it's interesting when people hold back because I'm that kind of person. So when I see people hold back and give information bit by bit, it means that they're not just out there to everyone, and that's a green flag. That's a plus, if you ask me. So, So how's the movie? No, good.
I thought it was good. What did you think about it?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. No.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
How did you find the subtitles? Are you okay with that?
I had to read fast, but I was good with it.
Do you regularly read subtitles, like when you're watching like things like on Netflix?
Yeah, I do. I always have that on. You do too?
Yeah.
I kind of think that we have a lot of things in common. No?
So far, yes.
Good.
Okay. So, question I have is, why did you ask me out?
Why did I ask you out?
Yeah.
You really want to know that?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to scratch my head and think about an answer. First things first, you're beautiful. You know you're beautiful. Like I don't have to say that. You must have heard that a lot, no?
Thank you.
And secondly, man, you're easy to spot because you know our church. everyone is so old. You know, everyone is so old in that church. Right? Like, you know everyone is so old. So it's easier to spot people looking young and vibrant.
In that case, how old do you think I am?
Please don't tell me you're over 40. Of course you're not. Of course I'm just joking.
I might be.
So yeah, I remember when we were on the date and we were going back and forth about age, and I was surprised that he wasn't just saying what his age was. And so he did say that he's 30, so us being the same age. But the way I operate, at some point I'm going to need to see some ID because I don't know.
How old do you think I am?
I can't tell. I feel like I have to put you in a bubble between 24 and 30.
24?
Yeah.
Oh God, I feel so young.
Are you younger than that?
So she asked about my age, and she said something. She was like, I look like I'm in my 20s, early 20s, yeah. And that kind of made me feel a kind of way, because now I'm thinking, is she saying I look young, or she's saying immature? Like it's somewhere in between there. Like, I'm like, is she saying I look young, or is she saying because I always get the vibe of I am kind of too old, right? And I always have to correct people that, oh, I'm not that old, I'm not as old as you think. And then I met this person that is saying that I'm too young. So I don't know how, am I excited? Like, okay. Or I don't know how to feel about that. No.
Okay.
But I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
Makes me feel like I'm young and vibrant.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe I get. So how old are you?
I'm somewhere outside 30.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 33.
Let's go back to you. How old are you?
First tell me how
Oh,
old.
I answered something, so you have to answer something too.
I will after you tell me your actual age.
But like now, I've said something, so give me something. Give me
Okay.
something. Give me
So
a
you want me
bubble.
to tell me the number? Do we want to play?
Okay, give me the bubble. Give me a bubble.
What do you think the bubble is?
Early 20s.
I'll take that.
Now I expect her to be pretty young, but no. Nope. She's not.
I'll take that.
Correct?
I'm older than that.
Oh, help me.
30.
She's older than me, right? And I'm like, huh? And every time I see her sing in church, the idea I always have in my head is, oh, this young lady singing, she's probably still young. Yeah, she's young, yeah. But I didn't expect her to be 30. I was thinking she was gonna be like 26, 27, and she looks good for a 30-year-old, if you ask me. She looks good for a 30-year-old. So yeah.
With him, if he did say that he was a few years younger than me, I've hung out and gone out with people that are a bit younger than me, so it would have been different if it was like more than, I think, like 4 or 5 years younger, just in terms of maturity level. But him being the same age, that for me, that's ideal.
I felt like as soon as she said I look younger, I wanted to spike my age up just to see her reaction to it. Like, I wanted to say, oh, this is how old I am. And I was expecting shock, right? But as I've said, people actually always expect me to be older. I guess is how I am, or how the kind of vibe I give. So when I had to say that, I was like, oh, I'm 31, I said. And then she didn't flinch. And I'm like, girl, if you didn't flinch, why did you think I'm that young in the first place? So I did that to test the waters, no? But now I have to go tell her that she's older than me, and I hope she will not be mad that I lied. Why did you agree to come? Why did you say yes?
I feel like you've been at the church for a while and I don't really know you yet. And so that'd be a good opportunity to get to know Timothy.
So you just said yes because you wanted to get to know me?
Yeah, I said I'm open to getting to know you.
Oh.
Yeah. Good answer?
So what do you expect to see? Or what do you expect today to be like?
I don't put any expectations. I kind of let the days just happen. I like to just go out and try something new and see how it goes.
No, but like, I mean, you would know if you had a good day, if you did not, if you had
Yeah,
a good time.
but in terms of the expectation of what I expected coming into it, I didn't put anything on that. Did you?
Oh yes. Did you have a good day?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. So after the movies, we were talking outside, and so I like that he was a gentleman in terms of holding all of my doors, and even like when we were outside in the rain, that he was holding the umbrella for me as well too. So there was a time that I was just like, I felt like it was more over him than me, and so I think I gave him a look at some point, and then he like adjusted it. But out there, it was nice talking to him as well too, and getting to know him a bit more, because again, we only got to have so much conversation at the movies.
One plus about dating a more mature woman is that, I mean, they can go with the flow, right? I'm sure if this is one Gen Z somewhere now, I should be upset that we didn't get drinks or we didn't get popcorn or something. But like, she was cool. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're going on the date. Okay, fine. I walked past it. Now, to be honest, I forgot about the popcorn thing because my mind was on the movie we were about to see. The whole Korean thing was still in my head. And then we walked past all that. I remembered the whole popcorn thing when we were in the theaters. But she's being cool for not bringing it up. And that's mature. So that's what I'm talking about. You know?
Yeah, surprised that he didn't ask about any popcorn or getting any snacks for the movies. Though when we were at the Christmas party, he did understand that I was into health and wellness, and he's also into fitness. So I feel like maybe he doesn't also have popcorn and stuff like that. But it would have been nice if he had asked if I wanted anything to have. Though I probably would have said no.
We'll always give it out there. Like, I'm always the public guy, everybody's guy,
But in terms of you being out there, do you already somewhat reveal a lot that people could be like, they feel like they somewhat know you? And what you're revealing is that your true you?
No. I mean, it depends.
So are you saying you're faking it on social media?
No, not faking it. I'm just giving them what I think they don't need about me. Like, faking it is living living fake.
Yes.
Right? It's just going to pose somewhere else, like do something that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
I do the real stuff, but I do the unnecessary real stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if you get it.
I get it. So in terms of how the date went, because I'm not usually the biggest fan of movies, like I feel like we could have talked more. So I feel like there's still so many questions that I would like to ask. Because of the limitation of picking a movie, and I would never personally pick a movie, I'll give the date a rate of an 8 out of 10, because he did surprise me in terms of some of the questions that he was asking me, and that in terms of him listening and like kind of diving deeper in some of the questions when he did ask them to me. Sometimes I like to do like sprints as my cardio, so I've had it before where I've like fallen off of the back of the treadmill. Because like they don't make them long enough for you to have like extra room.
Fell off?
Yeah, I've fallen off before.
When it comes to the whole date thing, if I'm going to score myself on the date, it would be unfair to give myself a 10, right? Because, I mean, she didn't get popcorn and drinks. I did make her laugh, but I guess that's something I'm used to. I guess I'm funny. And I guess it's worse when people that are funny say they're funny. But like, I mean, I made her laugh. She had a good time. And I asked her about the date, what she would rate it. And I hope she wasn't lying when she said a 9. You know? But I expect it to be a 9 because it's me.
So he does have a good amount of green flags. So one is that he seems to really be into fitness, which for me, that's a plus. It's hard for me to drag someone. I'm very big into a healthy lifestyle. So for me to drag someone around or for them to get annoyed by the fact that I do try to live a healthy life and I do work out a lot and things like that, it's nice if there's someone that also goes to the gym and works out. I don't know if he's much into like the health aspect of it, but even just someone that goes to the gym, that's ideal for me. And the next green flag was the fact that he asked deeper questions. Like he'd ask something and then it seemed like he was actually listening, because then he would go deeper and ask something further into the question, which I like, the fact that it sounded like he was listening to pretty much everything I was saying. And another green flag is that I was surprised how open he was to Jamaican food, because I really, really like Jamaican food. I also like the Nigerian food as well too, but the Jamaican food just goes a little higher on my list. So I like that he would probably be open to getting Jamaican food.
So green flags. She's conservative. She gives me that vibe. She knows how to like speak. Like she's not one of those girls that just want to stay quiet and just have you do everything. And I'm a very lively person. So if someone is not as hyped as I am, if someone is not like catching up, it would be awkward. But she's sharp, like she's quick, she responds, she has a sense of humor, which I like. And one plus side for me is that she's kind of into fitness. So she's not kind of, she's into fitness, guys. And that's something I like, because I like people that are aware about their health, about everything. All those things are green flags, if you ask me. She loves God. She is in the choir, so she sings, and I play the guitar, so that's a good blend, if you ask me. You know, she'll sing, I'll play the guitar, I'll play the keyboard. Yeah, we're good by a band already, I guess, if everything works out as planned. So green flag, she's good.
So there were a few red flags as well too. I wouldn't call them red, I'm going to call them yellow. So one is the fact that he took a while to bring up his age and to go back and forth. So just, I like it when someone just can be transparent about everything. So the fact that, and for me, I'm pretty open about everything. So the fact that I felt like I was pulling and tugging to get that answer, I'll put that in my yellow flags. The bigger yellow flag for me is that, again, I did see him when he did come to the church, and he's in media, so I do come across him a lot in church. We just haven't really talked very much. But it's just me enjoying like my place of worships for strictly that. So if for me, I'd like to see more about him, to see like whether it would be friends or like hi and bye at church, or what the dynamic would be. Because I don't want that to be my place of awkwardness if we tried something and then it didn't work out. So I'm always mindful of that. And then the third thing that I would say is he's with him being a fashion stylist, for me, I am also really into fashion, and so, but I don't like to compete for fashion. So, and I've never dated anyone or have any close guy friends that are really, really into fashion. So I like to just do it just because it makes me feel good. But I wonder what that dynamic would be, the fact that he's also really into fashion, because even at the beginning when we were talking, when we first met up, he was bringing up, I told him that I like monochromatic like outfits, and then he was saying that, oh, if we're going to be hanging out together, like he has to introduce me to that. He's like saying that wasn't going to work or something like that. And I was like, sir, there's no way you're going to be changing my fashion sense. So yeah, just wondering how that dynamic would work.
Red flags. You guys, you know the first thing I'll say. She's giving me holier than thou vibe. If you don't know what that is when someone thinks they are too righteous or too like, don't touch me here, don't hold me here, and that might make me hold back a lot. And then when she eventually wants me to be the kind of guy that would hold her hands, I might not just do it, because I don't want to like jump into anybody's space or like disturb someone's privacy. So if I get used to that vibe and I accept it, there's nothing cute that's going to be going on if we're a couple. It would be high fives and fist bumps, I guess.
Not even people. I just remember there was an incident that I had before where someone was just like very like sure of themselves, like overly sure of themselves. But it was like coming off really strong, where in my head I was like, I don't like this.
Oh boy.
So
I'm kind of looking forward to a second date, because I asked her if she was going to hang out again, and she said yes. And because I know she's a straightforward person, I know she's not messing around with the yes, because she seems like someone that will say no, she doesn't want to go. So I'm thinking of taking her to this karaoke spot, because I know she enjoys singing. So I think the plan is to first go have dinner, and I'm going to take her to this nice karaoke spot. We are going to sing. I'm a terrible singer, but I mean, my job is just to make her laugh and have a good time. Then she's going to show off her voice, and I'm going to applaud her. That's the idea, to just make her feel confident in things that she loves doing. And that's it. So she's going to sing, I'm going to make her laugh, she's going to eat, and we're going to talk more about other serious stuff because there's a whole lot more to talk about.
Nice girl.
By the way.
Thank you. It gets me to and from where I need to.
Wow.
You can take the umbrella.
Yeah.
No, you can take it, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You
Get home safe.
get home safe. So shoot me a text when you get home, okay?
Okay.
So I would be open to a second date, and I'd be excited for a second date. Again, at the beginning of the date, like just in terms of him bringing up the whole fashion thing, I think I was kind of like, is this going to be a competitive thing, especially because even when we were at the Christmas party, he was talking about fitness. But for him, he wasn't understanding the dynamic that I'm in fitness, like everything. He was just like, he didn't understand that I was really into like working out. And I think he's used to being around his friend groups and maybe in past relationships where he's the main fitness person. But I'm like, sir, I know you're not waking up at 4 a.m. And so I think at the beginning, I wasn't sure. I felt like there might be more clashes. Sometimes when there's a lot of similarities, there can be more clashes. So I was just being mindful of that. But in just some of our conversations we were having in the movie theater, I thought that he's a pretty chill, and cool guy. So I would be excited for a second date. And if we were to do a second date, I would pick the gym because first of all, that's my element. But also I find that in that type of space, especially since he's used to being into fitness, I feel like there's breaks in there where I can ask a lot more questions. And I feel like when someone is like really working out hard, like they can't really front on like who they are. They kind of just like blurt things out. Which for me is ideal because then you get to see the true person.